Hello, wonderful woman, and thank you for choosing to join me for this introductory session of Sophrology, dynamic relaxation practice for self-care during menopause. Sophrology is a simple yet powerful alternative to mindfulness that is great for people who find it hard to switch off and relax. Menopause affects us in so many different ways, physically and mentally, which is why it is so beneficial to look at it holistically, to consider our diet, exercise, medications, supplements, complementary health such as acupuncture, etc. It brings with it changes on many fronts. So it is so helpful to consider all the elements that can help and gather together as many powerful tools as possible. This is why I designed my exclusive Empowered Pause program to work holistically with other elements to empower women like you with the tools to move more positively through your menopause journey. Self-care is a vital part of that journey, and sophrology is a simple, dynamic way to integrate self-care techniques into your everyday life for mind-body well-being. During this introductory class, I will explain more about sophrology and what it can offer you during this often challenging time of life. In part 2, I have also put together a beginner's practical session of simple, classic guided sophrology for you to try with me. But firstly, to explain a little about the origins of this particular well-being practice. So if you are new to sophrology, the practice was initially conceived over 60 years ago in Spain by psychiatrist and neurologist Professor Alfonso Caicedo. He was looking for more holistic ways of approaching treatment for mental health conditions of his patients, other than just drugs, talking therapy and ECT. He was particularly interested in the interrelationship between body and mind, working together to achieve balance within the self. So he looked to both Western and Eastern relaxation techniques and practices for inspiration. Over a number of years, he travelled, researched and intensively studied, for example, yoga in India, Buddhist meditation with the Dalai Lama, no less, and Japanese Zen with Zen masters. He then developed what he had learned into simple, accessible techniques that he used with his patients. He knew he was onto something, which is why he kept striving to improve and build upon sophrology practice during his entire life. This was proven when word of his work spread amongst other medical professionals who wanted to learn this new practice. Therefore, he shared what he'd learnt with others. This, in turn, led to the setting up of professional schools throughout Europe to teach sophrology to doctors, therapists, and facilitators. With each new technique he learned, he continually perfected and built sophrology practice into what it is today, which is a varied and rich toolbox of over 40 dynamic techniques and exercises that are easy for pretty much anyone to use. And now it is widely used in continental Europe particularly France and Switzerland, where health insurance providers often cover it in their policies. Some sophrology practitioners choose to specialise in areas such as sleep issues, burnout and stress, sports performance, or business coaching. I personally use my Sophrology Toolbox for menopause self-care, as there are tools that help with calming and relaxing, reconnecting and listening to our bodies, releasing anger, strengthening and grounding, finding and refocusing on the positives, and many more. So I chose menopause wellbeing as my specialism as a practitioner. You can fit a few minutes of simple practice into your lifestyle as part of a holistic approach to your menopause journey. The more tools we have to help us through menopause, the better, right? So, what does sophrology look like? Well, the techniques are varied, so there will be something for everyone. For many of the exercises, we take a deep breath in, make a movement, and hold our bodies in position whilst holding our breath for a few moments. Then take a deep breath out, releasing the position. There may be some simple breath work, some visualizations, some exercises following the natural rhythm of the breath and body. Although we use some dynamic movement, this is by no means a workout or fitness session. You don't have to do it perfectly in a certain way, and can adapt techniques by tuning in to what your body is comfortable with in the moment. Something also unique to sophrology practical sessions are the calm pauses. We pause for a short time for quiet reflection at several points throughout a session, to notice our feelings and sensations, to tune in and listen to our bodies, or just enjoy the silence. But of course, the best way to understand what it looks like is to experience it for yourself, which is why we are here today with this free course. The free practical session video gives you a real taste of classic sophrology, so please open your mind to new possibilities and enjoy. Just before you start your first practical session of sophrology, there are a few essentials to run through to get you ready. Firstly, you don't need any special clothes or equipment for these sessions. Just some comfortable clothes that allow for movement. This is not a workout or fitness session. You may wish to wear a sports bra for support, but it is not compulsory. One thing you will need is a chair with a back on it that allows you to sit upright with good posture and support, with your feet flat on the ground, such as a dining chair. Many sophro exercises are designed to be done standing up, which can feel a bit strange to begin with. Yes, relaxing while standing up may sound counterintuitive, but the purpose is to redirect your brain away from its busy mode by making it focus on keeping you upright. So if you can, give it a go standing up. You may find it an interesting experience. So this is the reason for the chair placed behind you within easy reach, so you can access it at any time you need to during the sessions. You may sit down at any point if you need to, or even for the entire session. The majority of the movements we can do can be adjusted and adapted accordingly. As with any meditative practice, it is essential to do the sessions in a place where it is quiet and you will not be disturbed. You will also require enough space around your body to ensure you don't knock into furniture or walls. So make sure your outstretched arms don't touch anything to the sides, front, and above you. Listen to your body. If you have any injuries, twinges, aches and pains, then be mindful. If I'm asking you to try a Sophro tool using that part of the body, only do what is comfortable for you physically, adjusting the exercise to suit you, or even choosing not to do it at all that day if you are concerned. Also, we menopausal ladies know that mood swings can hit us unexpectedly sometimes, and maybe a Sophro technique may trigger an emotional response. This is completely okay. If you feel emotional during a session, acknowledge those emotions and allow yourself to sit with them a while. Take a break from the session and return to it another time. Each session will consist of me running through the exercises and techniques we will be using, explaining and demonstrating as I go. Then we will do the session together with closed eyes, with my continued guidance and explanations throughout. Each session will also feature a number of calm pauses between exercises, a short interval when you will not hear me speaking, just calm silence. These are moments of quiet to tune into our bodies, to note any sensations or feelings, or simply enjoy the peace. At the end of each session, we will need to bring ourselves back fully into the room to full awareness. I will invite you to do this by maybe stretching, yawning, gently wiggling, rubbing hands together, patting arms, whatever works for you before you open your eyes again. Then, straight afterwards, take some time to get yourself together for the rest of the day. This is the best time to spend a few minutes jotting down your thoughts and feelings in a journal or notebook. This is normal practice after a session to make a record of your experiences. During a full Sophrology course, your homework each week will be to try out some Sophro tools for yourself at home before the next session. These Sophro tools have more potential impact the more you use them, particularly if you can find ways to slot them into your daily life and a self-care routine. You don't have to repeat an entire session during the week, although you can do if you wish. Just cherry pick those elements that you enjoy most, as you are most likely to keep using them. As we progress through a course, you will add more into your own toolbox, techniques that you can do in a matter of minutes to help maintain your mind-body balance, or help you to manage certain situations or feelings you experience. Sophro is not just for a few sessions. It is tools for life, so please keep using them. most importantly, go into Sophro sessions with an open mind. Give it a go and see where your Sophro journey takes you. There are no rights or wrongs, and you don't have to do each technique perfectly. You don't have to like every technique either. If one really doesn't resonate for you, then you don't have to use it in the future. There are plenty more that you will click with. Just enjoy your journey and see where it takes you. So let's get started. Hello and welcome to this free introductory session of sophrology. In this relaxation session, I will guide you through some simple dynamic relaxation exercises to give you a flavour of what sophrology is all about so you can try it for yourself. So moving on, I'm first going to explain what this session is all about, what different exercises we're going to do. I'll run through them all now for a few minutes, just so you can get an idea of what's coming up, but you don't need to memorise any of it because I will guide and explain throughout the main session. As always with sophrology, make sure you've got a nice upright chair behind you because you can sit down at any point throughout this session, although it is designed to be done standing up if you feel all right with giving that a go. And make sure you've got enough space around you to do the dynamic movements. So this session is going to go as follows. We will start the session, as I always start my sessions, with a body scan. And in sophrology, we do these from head to toe. And it might be quite similar to things you might have done in mindfulness practice, for example. I'll just be guiding, helping you to focus in on all the different bits of the body, all the different areas, and we'll just gently move through for a few minutes. And in particular, I'll be asking you to note any areas where you're holding unnecessary tensions and allowing yourself just to let those go so that we can fully embrace this session today. So after a few minutes of doing our body scan, we will move on to 3 tense and release exercises. And these are done, like a lot of sophrology exercises, on a held breath. And what that means is that we take a deep breath in through the nose, we move into a position, hold the breath, hold that position, and then when we take a deep breath out through the mouth, we release that pose, that position, and release a lovely long breath at the same time. These tense and release exercises are designed for the whole body, and it's a gentle tension. It's not about tensing up so much that you pull a muscle. And also be aware if there are any bits of your body that are a bit tense, a bit achy, a bit twingy at the moment, that maybe you should not do those areas or tone it down a little bit. The great thing with sophrology is you can just adapt accordingly to however you feel in the moment. So just be mindful of your body. So for this, an example, we take a deep breath in and then we tense up, gentle tension of all the body. You can even screw your face up if you like. I've made fists, I've tensed my arms, my legs, holding the tension whilst holding the breath, and then really lovely long deep breath out and arms hanging and everything just released and gently just hanging there. So we do that 3 times over. And then we move into the first of our dynamic exercises for this session. And this one is a lovely gentle one to start with, using our arms. And we're going to be following our natural breath, moving with that rhythm in quite a mindful, gentle way acknowledging our natural rhythm. So to do this, say it's with our arms, so you're holding your palms forwards, opening up your fingers and thumbs, so it's a lovely open pose at the side. And then when we're breathing in, we're just bringing our arms gently up and down on the out breath. So moving in on the in breath, out and down. And it's just a lovely gentle movement in and out. And as I say, you're following what is your natural rhythm. So just let that form a lovely wave of movement. So we'll do that for a short while. And then we'll take the first of our calm pauses. And as I explained in the short introductory video, calm pauses are dotted throughout a sophrology session, and they're there to do with what you wish. It will be about 30 seconds or so of me not talking, just quiet. And you can just follow that lovely rhythm of your body, breathing in and out if you wish, or you can maybe do a little mental scan, note any sensations going on in your body in those seconds, or just enjoy the calm of the pause. Then we'll move into the second of our exercises, and this again is with the arms, and this one's more dynamic. It's involving a held breath. And what we'll be doing is when we take that lovely deep breath in through the nose, we're going to pull our shoulders up towards our ears, keeping our arms straight, making gentle fists as well. And then whilst we're holding our breath, we keep the shoulders up and we're just going to punch up and down. And then when we're ready, we're breathing out. So to do a full demonstration, we're breathing in, shoulders up, fists, holding the breath, and we're just punching. And you can go as fast or as slow as you wish. Holding and then deep breath out and release the arms gently at our sides. So we do that 3 times over. Then another of our calm pauses to do with whichever you wish. And then we move into the final dynamic part of the session. And this is a free form exercise. So we're following our natural breath, just keep that going on in the background, and we're just going to do a movement at whatever pace feels right for you. This particular movement, you've got to unlock your knees and start as a gentle bounce from the legs. Keep your arms lovely and floppy at the sides and just gently bounce up and down. And as you keep going, the bounce gets more pronounced. It goes further and the arms can start swinging at the sides, and you just go with it at whatever pace you feel is right. And we'll just do that for a moment or two, just bouncing up and down, and then we will slow it back down, back to a standing still position. And then we'll do a final longer calm pause just to take a moment at the end of the session. And before we end the session completely and open our eyes, it is essential to bring our energy back into the room, everything up, because we've been down in a lovely relaxed state, we've been focusing on our bodies. So we need to bring ourselves back into full awareness. And to do that, as I explained in the video, we can rub our hands together, we can pat our arms, fingertips on the face, we can yawn and stretch and do whatever we need to, and then open your eyes when you are ready to. And it's always advisable just to take a few minutes at the end of a session just to chill, just to take it in. And if you do a full course of sophrology sessions with me, at the end of the practical session, that's when you get a a chance to jot down any thoughts, any feelings, anything that comes up during a session, any things you like, you dislike, any thoughts that popped into your head. And that's the time to just jot them all down while they are fresh. So that's a little bit of a total really of what we're going to be doing in today's session. And as I say, I'll explain everything as I go, so don't worry. So if you're ready, it's time to get yourself into position for a start. Got our feet hip width apart, comfortable. And when you're ready, I invite you to close your eyes and just take a moment just to note that natural rhythm of your breath moving in and out as we begin with our body scan. And we'll start at the top of our heads, focusing in on every single part of our heads, our scalp, all the hair follicles, all around the top and sides and back of our heads. Focusing on our ears, moving round to our faces, focusing on the forehead, all the tiny muscles around our eyes, our noses, our cheeks, our mouths, our jaws, all the little muscles in the face, and particularly noting any unnecessary tensions you may be holding in these areas. Acknowledge these tensions and allow yourself to just let them go. Let them go away from your head and face area. Keeping that gentle focus on the body as we move down into our necks and throats. Just enough tension to keep our heads upright. The breath gently moving in and out, up and down through our windpipe. Noting any unnecessary tensions in our necks and throats, and allowing ourselves to let these go. As we gently move our focus down into our shoulders, gently moving that gaze across the tops of the shoulders, around, down into our arms, the tops of our arms, our elbows, into our forearms and wrists, down into our hands, right down to our very fingertips. Focusing in on this area, gently noting unnecessary tensions and allowing yourself to let them go down and out of this part of your body. As we gently move our focus across into our chest area now. Where our lungs are inflating and deflating with each breath, and the chest moves up and down in a gentle rhythm. Just taking a moment to note that rhythm and sense if you are holding any unnecessary tensions across your chest area today, and knowing that it's okay to let these tensions go. Just gently release those tensions down and out through the body. As we move our focus very gently and kindly down into our abdomens, our stomachs and intestines all busily working away, digesting and processing. You may notice your belly moving up and down gently with each breath, in and out. And again, this may be an area where you are holding tensions. And if that is so, allow yourself to let them go from this area as well, just releasing them down and out of the body. Still gently focusing on our bodies, moving around to our backs. And we're going to move very gently from the top of our back where it meets the neck, down past our shoulder blades, down each and every vertebrae, gently focusing and moving down every muscle, every sinew that's holding that spine in position, gently moving towards the base of the spine. And again, noting any tensions you may be holding in this part of your body and just letting them go. Release them. Gently moving that focus. We're now reaching the lower part of our bodies. We have the area of our reproductive organs and our bladders. We have our buttocks and hips, our thighs, our knees, calves and shins, our ankles, right down to our feet and our toes. Taking a moment to note that point of contact of our feet on the floor, the heels and the balls of the feet and each toe as they contact the floor. And we're releasing all the tensions from the lower part of our body down and out of our bodies, allowing the tension in all of our bodies just to gently drift down and away for today. And in a moment, we're going to do 3 tense and release exercises of the whole body. Before we do them, a quick reminder We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, hold a gentle tension across the whole body or a particular area that you feel needs to be tensed and released. A gentle tension while we hold the breath, and then a deep breath out through the mouth. And just gently release. Allow the arms to hang gently and the muscles to release that gentle tension. So if you're ready, we're going to do that for the first time. So taking a lovely deep breath in through the nose. And you can tense up whatever parts, the whole of your body or a particular area. Hold your breath, hold the gentle tension, and then when you're ready to breathe out, a lovely deep breath through the mouth. And hanging arms just lovely and loose at the sides. Just following a natural breath for a moment or two. And let's do that for a second time. So a deep breath in through the nose, holding a tension in the body, making gentle fists, screw up your face, tense up legs and arms and tummies, holding the breath, holding a gentle tension, and then breathing out. Just letting your arms hang. Keep that natural breath for a moment or two. And for a third and final time, at your own pace. Just making sure the body's nice and released and resting as we move into another exercise. And before we do it, a quick reminder. This one we're going to be following our natural breath, and we're going to follow it with our hands moving up and down. Up with the in-breath and down with the out-breath. And we're just going to keep doing that for a short while to home in on our natural rhythm and move with that rhythm. So we're going to have our arms at our sides to begin with, palms facing forwards, open our fingers so our palms are open, our hands are open. And when you're ready, breathing in, just bringing the hands up and down with the out-breath. And in with the in-breath and up and down with the out-breath. And just follow that lovely gentle rhythm. It's your rhythm. Follow a natural breath. Don't do a particular relaxing breath or anything. Just your normal pace, what feels comfortable. And we're just gently following it, breathing in and up, out and down. And it's a lovely, gentle, flowing movement. Backwards and forwards. Up and down, in and out, making a lovely flow of gentle movement. A few more. And out. Two more. Last one. And then just let your hands, your arms relax, just holding loose hands and arms at the sides, just hanging there. And we're going to do the first of our calm pauses at this moment. And this is to do with whatever you wish, following the breath, noting sensations, or just enjoy the peace as I stop talking and guiding and allow you your calm pause. And now we're going to move on to our next exercise, and this is more of a dynamic movement, again with our arms. Before we actually do it, here's a reminder. We're doing it on a held breath, and when we're taking that lovely deep breath in through the nose, we're going to be pulling our shoulders up near our ears, so up, but only as comfortable a position as you like. Note any sort of twinges you might have in the shoulder and neck and adjust that accordingly. And as we're pulling up our arms, we're also making fist shapes, gentle fists, and then we're going to hold that pose, hold the breath, and punch up and down at our sides whilst our shoulders are up. Gently punching, or vigorously if you feel the need to do it vigorously, and then we're going to breathe out and allow our arms and our shoulders to come down and just gently hang at the sides. And we're going to do this 3 times over. So if you're ready, take a deep breath in through the nose, shoulders go up, gentle fists, and we're punching with the shoulders up, punching at the side, holding breath, punching, and then breathing out, and letting shoulders down, arms down, open our hands gently and just let the arms hang. As I say, you move the shoulders up as high as is comfortable, and you move the arms as much or as little as you wish. So for a second time, a deep breath in through the nose, shoulders go up, we make gentle fists, and we start punching. Gently punching, or more vigorously, holding the breath and breathing out. Releasing, everything gently hanging in a rest position. And the third and final time at your own pace. Arms lovely and hanging at the sides, back to a natural breath. And we're now going to take another calm pause. So again, just tune into your body, or just enjoy the quiet for a while. And now we're going to move into the third of our dynamic exercises. And this is the freeform one, so we keep a natural breath going on in the background. Don't forget to breathe while you're doing this. And we're going to keep our arms lovely and loose and floppy at the sides. Make sure your knees are unlocked, and we're just going to start a gentle bounce. So a gentle bounce from the knees, up and down. And bounce more. Let the arms start swaying with the rhythm. And you can bounce as slowly or as vigorously as you wish. Just build to a rhythm that feels good for you, and swing your arms as little or as much as you like. Go with whatever feels right in the moment, and we're just shaking everything out. This is almost a childlike sort of motion, like a rag doll, jiggling up and down, just going with that movement. It's lovely for just letting everything go. I'll do this for a short while longer. We don't want to exhaust ourselves. And now we're going to slow it down. Just start gently slowing it. Less of a movement. Arms by our sides again. And slowly returning back, so we're standing still. Arms no longer moving, knees no longer bouncing. We're just standing still now. And we're going to do a final calm pause here. Slightly longer because it's at the latter part of our session. So just take a moment, note any sensations if you have any in your body right now. Just enjoying the peace. And before we bring the session to a complete close, it's time to bring your awareness back into the room, bring that energy level up. So in order to do that, you might want to do a big stretch, you might even yawn, do a little bit of a wiggle, rub your palms together or pat your arms, stretching, whatever you need to do to bring that energy level back up. Bring your awareness back to the room where you right are now, and when you're ready, open your eyes. So that is the end of this practical free introductory session. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just take a few minutes now just to get yourself back into your normal bodily rhythm. And if you like, you can jot down some thoughts and some feelings if you're a journal keeper. And I really hope you've got something out of that, and that there's something in there that you really have enjoyed and that you can keep doing. If you're at all interested in any of my courses, please have a look further on the website. The details are all there. Bye-bye.